Good morning, everybody. Another little bit of an update on the workshop. I've literally just walked in here this morning. It's just gone 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what temperature it was last night outside, but it was forecast to be like -3, -4. So in here just now it's bitterly cold. I haven't put the heater on yet. But as you'll see in an upcoming video, I have ordered something else to help with that situation. It's another heater, but I'll do a full look at that when it arrives. If you're watching this, cheers Andy for the suggestion. Hopefully it's going to do the job. So yeah, where are we? Well, where do I start? Right, insulation up in the roof. 3/4 of it is now done. So let's do it this side. I don't know if you're able to see that well. So that was up above there was where I started the insulation. That's all taped up. Up into that corner is taped up. That is the remaining quarter of the roof that's left to do. And that side up there is all now taped up as well. So as I said, 3/4 of the insulation is done. In the roof space, I'm talking about 3/4 of the roof space is insulated. So I've just got this bit that's up here somewhere to do. But that's been a point I've been trying to get done for a long time. I'm trying to get to that point for a while. We've got this wall is all now painted up. Again, I'm trying to keep you in shot. This is all now painted up, and as you can see, we've got something quite special going on there. Got a new consumer unit in. The wiring is done. We've got, again, I'm trying to show my shoulder, sockets put in all around this wall, all around. The last one is there. Ewan has done a great job in fitting them. He's learned a lot of skills and tips and tricks with fitting those. So that's all going up into it's 25mm round tubing conduit from the socket up, and then going around the top of the walls it's 50mm by 50mm. I think it's maxi trunking they call it. It's pretty good. It's all of the hardware's come from Screwfix here in the UK. I'm not going to put links to it all because that's just a pain in the backside. What I'm planning on doing, once I get to a stage where I can say the garage is finished, I'm planning on doing a cost breakdown. I don't know if I want to do that because I might fall over when I see the final figures, but it might be handy to somebody else looking at doing this sort of thing. So yeah, all the electrics are done on this side here. So from that garage door round, that's up to this point here, that's one ring main. Behind here, tripping over the stuff, behind it there's another 2 sockets. There's one, I'm waiting on a faceplate to come. That's another ring. I'm waiting on a delivery from Screwfix, but there's going to be another 2 sockets here, one just to the right of the old consumer unit, and there's another one there. In that corner there's going to be a socket high up because that's going to be a battery charging station area, and then there's going to be a socket on that point there. So although I'm not doing that wall just yet, I'm going to run the wiring round to then have it coiled up, so it's still connected up. We can still commission the whole lot and get it up and running. But that cable is going to be installed once that walling and insulation has been put in there. There's also going to be a 16 amp socket somewhere on that wall which I can plug the van into, because at the minute it's just going on an extension lead over there. So that's going to be running. So that's basically 3 2.5mm twin earths running to that point there, and that will be the power side of the garage just about done. The lighting I haven't really looked at in depth yet. I am going to be putting more battens in, but again, I'm not desperate hurry to do that at the moment. As I said, I've got a fair idea that the figures on this is adding up pretty quick. I don't want to go too mad with it. I did have a budget in mind, and I think I might have already gone through that. But yeah, that's where we are just now. What I've got to do now is a lot of moving the stuff around. These models here are going to have to go above you, hanging up, so that I can then get more easily up into that space to do that installation. Get that insulation done means I've got these insulation boards out of the way. I'm not having to move them around all the time. I think I've got just the right amount. I've got 4 complete boards left. If I'm shy by a little bit, it's not the end of the world. I should go and get another board. I'll be happy if I've got a few scrap bits left. So far, talking of scrap, wastage on these boards, it was inevitable there's going to be wastage. But I think at the minute I've probably wasted maybe 1 board that's actually been scrapped and away, but that's just like little 2, 3, 4 inch strips, which is basically the stud work in between the boards, which I've had to cut out. I kept it for as long as possible, filling in little gaps and whatnot, but it got to the stage where I was tripping over it all. So that's all been binned. So yeah, that's the next stage. Get these models over there, get insulation done. As soon as Screwfix tell me the stuff's ready to go and get it. Get that wiring finished. And then I'm not sure what we're going to do after that. A lot of moving stuff around, I think. Oh, I have been speaking to a guy. The main feed, electrical feed for the garage, comes up through the floor, goes through a conduit to the house. That's only 2.5mm cable, which to my mind isn't enough. So I've been speaking to a local electrician. He's coming out on Thursday to give me a quote for running 6mm cable from here to the house. We've spoken about various different things. We're both thinking along the same sort of lines as to what I want and need out here. So he's going to come out and give me a price for that. I could quite possibly put that cable in myself, but it means fishing it through, pulling it through. Ideally I don't want to disconnect the garage and have it unusable while that's being done. So in many ways, yeah, I'm being lazy, get somebody else to come and do it, if the price is right. If it's extortionate, well, I'm going to have to think about it again. I mean, the materials alone, what I'm looking at, is going to be 100 quid probably. But that'll then future-proof for everything I want to do out here. Yeah, that's where we are. I'm hoping everybody's not so much enjoying these videos, but it's something a bit different. I do want to get back onto modelling videos. You've probably now seen at least one modelling video done in this workshop. We are going to do some more. I'm just desperate to get this place finished as far as I can, and then we can start sorting out. One thing I do want to get looked at, over my shoulder there's a big wall of nothingness just now. I'm thinking some shelves might have to go up there, so I might see what shelving is available, relatively cheap, to give me more storage space up there, utilise the space above the bench. But yeah, it's coming together very slowly. I know I keep on saying that, but it is coming together very slowly. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see what it's going to look like when it's finished. Ewan's struggling with that just now. He can't really see what it's going to look like when it's done. Right, so it's actually 5 days now since that last bit of video. I was waiting on Screwfix coming through with a load of electrical stuff. Long story short, I'm still waiting on the trunking. Touch wood, that should be available tomorrow. But in the meantime, I went and got everything else that I was waiting for on that order, because they're just waiting for the one thing to come in. And we've made a bit of progress. So I thought I'd finish this update just quickly showing you where we've got to. It's going to be a bit of a higgledy-piggledy, and people might say, "Ooh, that's a bit," but trust me, it'll be fine. So I'll spin the camera around and show you what I'm on about. Okay, so we are waiting for some bits to come, namely some face plates, some conduit. So this now, all this wiring here is done, all around here up to that point there. So all these sockets are done. Ewan's done a good job wiring them up. You can probably see behind Ewan there's a load of cables all hanging around. So what we've got, or what I've done, is because I'm waiting on trunking to do up here, all this cable that's hanging around here just now, and coils and things like that, this is all getting ready to bring it all the way around here and down to this bit. So there's going to be some sockets here. There's going to be a socket for the van to plug in. There's going to be a socket up there. That's going to be a battery charging station, I think. So there's another socket to go in there, which we can do once we've got the trunking, but we can't do the cabling and socketry over here until we've got all the insulation and strapping and stuff down here. You might be able to spot just there is the first 50 by 50 mil beam for the stud work. That's been fitted just because I've been tripping over it on the floor. It's not even fully fitted yet, it's just up there. It doesn't go quite all the way across. We've got another bit to put in, but we've got to frame out the full doors to get on and do that. We've also got a bit of a teaser, something to keep us warm, but you'll see that in another video. Mr. Helper's been a great job doing all the electrical stuff, haven't you? Mm-hmm. You've been enjoying it?
Yeah.
Learning a lot?
Yeah.
Can we be doing a lot more?
Yeah.
Now wants to be an electrician?
Yeah.
Right. So that's where we are with this update. So there's not much for me. I know it is getting there, but it's taken a long time to do it. And I can see the end of the tunnel, light at the end of the tunnel now. The wiring is very close to being finished. The wall behind you just now, that is now done as far as I'm concerned. I can now start moving stuff again to underneath that wall, possibly get some shelving up, so I can move stuff from elsewhere, like garden stuff, and put it in here properly. So this is going to be like shed corner. It means then that we can work on something else and just progress. The one thing I did forget to say, what have I forgotten to say? What have I totally forgotten to mention?
That's tough.
Right, up there, might give you an idea, all of the roof insulation is now finished, taped and done. Above my head there are some gaps now, some of which have been filled up, some of which still need to be done. But again, Ewan's been doing a great job with them. So the bulk of the insulation is now totally finished. I bought 30, I still can't remember if it's 30 or 32 8x4 sheets of 50 mil insulation. We've got one complete sheet left. I nearly said something I shouldn't have done there, didn't I? I've probably wasted about a sheet and a half in little slivers being taken off to fit in like where the studs are, but I anticipated that, and we've got a few bits left over scrap pieces which we can still make use of in the wall behind me. So all in all, going pretty well. Had the electrician out today to look at the main feed. He said it should be doable. The biggest problem is knowing if we can actually pull a new cable through the existing conduit that's underneath the ground. I did a bit of deconstruction in the house and we've managed to move the cable about an inch each way, so it is free to move.
And made a big hole.
Oh yeah, I had to make a big hole in a plasterboard wall to see where the bloody cable went, because the builders who have done this did an absolute crap job of fitting it. But anyway, that's by the by. We should be able to get a new feed in. I don't know if we're going to go for 6 mil, we might just go for 4 mil, because that should be more than enough for what we need. But either way, he's going to go and price it up, see how much it's going to be. But yeah, certainly getting there. And on the plus side, it's warmer out here. But I said that'll come in another video. Up here somewhere, there should be a link to all of this build series of this workshop. If you come to this as the first video, go and check that out. If you're watching this and you're not, please subscribe. It's a great help to me and Ewan. If you're liking what we're doing, give us a big thumbs up. Any comments, any feedback, write it down below. But from me and him, who's not really wanting to be on camera just now, I'm Nick Reeves, and this is part of my hobby.